of the broadcast, the description as well. Then like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today, Maiyegun is live. Thank you very much if you have done that. So tonight, it is going to be a no holds bar kind of session, right? By picking on the topics, carefully selected topics of what we're going to talk about this evening. The first part is the video making the round on social media. It is that of Umahi or Umahi, who is Tinubu's Minister of Works from Ebonyi. Now, they are currently doing the New Yam Festival, New Year, New Yam Festival. And Umahi is a guest, the current one, they have in Ebonyi State. And it was the time, as typical of politicians, as always, it was time for him to possibly speak to them about the relevance and importance of this event, and maybe just tell you what the government is doing. Well, Umahi decided to use that, just like every other occasion, right? He decided to use the occasion to sell Tinubu, or should I say, confirmed the Tinubu's acceptability, or maybe declared Tinubu's triumphancy in Ebonyi State and in the eastern part of Nigeria. According to Umahi, he said that Tinubu has been so good to the Igbos than any government or any president in the history of Nigeria. That the idea of the marginalization of the eastern part of Nigeria no longer exists thanks to Tinubu. And according to Umahi, it was like the Igbos right now, they owe their supposed allegiance and loyalty to Tinubu, because he is the only president in history of the contraption to have ever shown development for the people of Igbo land. So Umahi said that from Enugu to Abia to to Anambra and all these places, Imo, Ebonyi, others, right? He said Tinubu has made so much progress, made the federal government presence in these areas so visible that right now, what happened in 2023 will never happen again. And he's talking about the Obidient. He opened his statement with there is no Obidient left in Ebonyi State. Some said he's currently probably speaking from the PTSD he suffered in 2023 when he told everybody that his own people, right, betrayed him by choosing Obi instead of Tinubu. But right now, he is very confident that this story is going to be different this time around. Because according to him, they were deceived. The Easterners were deceived. The Easterners that supported Obi and rejected the Tinubu, they were deceived. But this time around, they won't be deceived again. His words, so not mine, practically. Umahi.
There is no obedient person in Ebonyi State. No, be so. Anybody will say to the world, again, Holy God. What we have is to return the good things that the President Bola Tinubu has done for Southeast and for Ebonyi State when the time comes. No, be so. We will not be deceived again. Because the last election was a mistake, but we have come to be wiser. Don't be so. That's so. I will not finish naming all that the president is doing for us. But you see the legacy projects. One, One, all the way from Cross River, coming to Nibe Beach, going through Afipo, going through Abom again, going through Ezra South, going through Ezra North, going through Ijilopulo, going through Benue. Tinubu, 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 Kaigetu, Onetete, Onata, Tinubu, Kaigetu.
Yes, sir.
And then we are going to be very fertile to let our people know that people are backing council without knowledge. We want to be part of a united Nigeria. We want to be treated fairly. We want to be counted. And the president is doing that. So we have no reason not to support him. We have no reason not to support, Governor Francis Ogoniawibu. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If you want to struggle for governor with Wibu, you have to do it on social media. Because you will not come to Ebonyi State to reap where you did not sow. There is no obedient person in Ebonyi State. No, be so. Anybody will say to Tinubu, no, they get Holy Ghost. What we
So that was the gathering. And my own understanding of, New Yam Festival is for the king to cut the new yam, newly harvested yam for the new year and pray for more prosperous year and safety, security. So everybody who comes in to celebrate with them would either be talking about how to make it more festivally, I'm saying, but no. Another thing is that currently the Tinubu's camp seemed to be, to still be suffering from the trauma of that 2023. Let me tell you something. The Obidient, who came that time as a complete systemic disruptors, they disrupted the entire system, ran them into serious panic. And afterward, many of them said it will never happen again because they nearly lost the country, so to say. So they had to cheat, and yet they put the obedience at a far third, not far, but third, so that may help them to at least control how the idea of Obi-Wan will be stored. So make him third. So he's in third. He's not second. Not like, oh, he was supposed to be declared winner. Now they made him second. That would have probably been worse. Now, Obi and Obidient, who are the Nigerians who are pretty much frustrated with the system, they are called no structure, no nothing. So what happened that last time, majority of you may not even understand the damages. That it got to a stage that those who were supposed to even be to be opposition like you, they just turned over against you, like you just suddenly became their enemy. Because to them, your approach is so different. And probably you shouldn't have such a traction politically. So that shock, that wahala, the trauma still there. That Tinubu and his appointees, they have become so obsessed with number 3, person where came third, they declared third, right? They continue to say his utterances, his actions is a threat to national security. The obedient movement, they are a threat to national this, they are a threat to judiciary. And They are making them more like so dreadful. While they, when I use they, okay, maybe I should clear it. So they made the obedience look so dreadful, scary. That's how much they are worried and afraid enough that they are even losing their minds, so to say. But the violence, the recorded physical violence is from this Tinubu and this gang. But they are still they are the ones who are like carrying out violence, but they are still the ones who are so scared of what this obedient could do. What if Obi tell them to do this? What if he tells them to do that? So they have been working so much to convince themselves that no matter what it was in 2023, Obi will never have any such again. Never, it can never, that can never happen. Like people are smart now, people are wise now, as if to say people are living in a different contraption right now. That is so better. You understand? So, as if to say what made Obi significant or became attracted to these young people, as if to say what made that happen has now persisted. I mean, so has now kind of like ceased. They are still there. So the obsession became so much at a point that people started noticing that, leave this Obijare, do your own thing. You get that now? Like when they're asking them questions about what they are doing, and the next thing will be, even Obi cannot do it different. Even Obi this or that. So the trauma from 2023. Then coalition came. Again, the most concerned people are the Ronokus, most especially. So the Ronukus were like, oh, that's the end. It's difficult. Is this also there? Everyone is concerned. Like, where is this Obi going to end? In 2023, he actually disgraced all of the APC political stalwarts, especially in the eastern part of Nigeria. Apart from even Tinubu himself got disgraced in his own state that they had to rig it. True story. But the likes of Umahi, Uzo Dejo, who else was there? I think was Solodom not there? I think Solodom was there too. Solodom. All of them, they became just simple paper tigers. You know what I mean? When this obedient stuff swept through the town, even they themselves became so ordinary that despite all of this, their political club and all of that, right? So the excuse they gave them was that it's because it is not their own election. It's because of federal election. A lie. So somehow the likes of Wike is telling them that don't ever say never. Don't ever say never. You have to unleash proper violence if you really, really want to crush disobedient and Obi and his now. So the likes of the Umahi again, probably their own survivor also probably rested on this. You get what I mean? Like, whatever it's going to take, everything is going to take. What am I even saying? There seems to be just all talks, no action. That's it, right? If you take a look at their current voters registration, you get to see that the entire Ebonyi, I don't think they even have up to 10,000 people registered. No. But when you now go on and check the states like Osun, who claimed to have registered over 500,000 people, and then you start looking at that pattern, then you are like, what is Devoluma talking about? Just saying that's an extra. So the obedient, they are not just those people you are encountering on social media. From my own understanding, they were so confident that time. Remember that people were just making different projections and all of that. I said that don't listen to it, they are just too loud. There's no polling unit on social media until they had to pay thugs, hired criminals who were unleashing violence on them, stop them from voting, and all of that all over the place. So their prayer right now is hopefully, maybe he won't run. And if he remained in their ADC coalition, Atiku and others will muzzle him, and at that point, he can't really live for another party. And if he tried to, then he will be considered desperate. What they don't understand again is that, right, the number of their obedience that you probably really know, they are so little, no matter how big you think the numbers are not that, right? They are probably so little, a fraction of their true number. So wherever Obi goes, they will go. That's what they say. Wherever he goes, they will go. And that is what makes the likes of, the SPV boys, they are called, the articulators, angry. Like why does he think he's so special? And all that. So ADC and their coalition released um, a kind of a deadline, They said that everybody who is interested in being part of their coalition should join their ADC before the end of the year. So they should wrap it up, leave your party and join us, or just forget about it. And they mentioned Obi and El Rufaya, the Kaduna Littlefinger. Meanwhile, Kaduna Littlefinger is currently in Nigeria. Obi is in the US, right? So his movement responded like, no, don't give us a deadline. No. On the side, it is looking like if all the signs that we are currently seeing are anything to go by at all, right? So there is a chance that Peter Obi won't join their coalition at the end of the day. Do you get that now? And here are the signs. Again, don't take my word for it. Like I said, when you look at happenings, actions, inactions, and the rest of that, then you're like, okay, what do you think? Here is what I think. So it is believed that, there is a group within their coalition who strongly believe that the only way to remove Tinubu in 2027 is to actually pitch a northerner. And that northerner will be Atiku. Then there is another section of them who also, in their own argument, that, hey, if we really want to have people on our side, it is better we let a southerner run. Now, these two camps, which many believe have always been existing from the word go, from all sides, right? Have not really agreed, but there's something they have all been saying. Yeah, I think, should I say all? But some of them have been saying, and what is that? That if they all go for primaries, that anyone that emerges will be supported by them all. Now, this is something that the Obidient believes is a trap, a political trap. To them, it is not that Peter Obi won't have the kind of money to participate in their, in their primaries. He could raise the money to give to the delegate as well, but since he, sort of like parades himself and presents himself as someone that would never have to bribe anybody because of votes. And that's a problem, right? They may promise that they want to do something, that they want to do things that are different, but everybody knows that the more things changes, the more they remain the same. These are still the same guys. So what do you do to reach a consensus? For those who strongly believe that the northern Nigeria, they are ready right now to remove Tinubu, and the only person that can convince them is a northerner. So they feel stronger and they are pushing Atiku, while others are trying to get Atiku to actually really back down. And as you must know, this is Atiku's last chance. Or maybe not. Right? So would Obi participate in the primaries with these guys, as you all know, or he will read the room again, like it was in PDP in 2023, and he would rather just stay in his Labour Party or not. So time will tell, right? So consensus, the consensus they are looking for is that give it to the southerner. If it is the southerner, well, the obedient, like, see, I mean, if it's only to the south, as southerners, right? Peter B is the